Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Data Resilient SpectrumCast. And this is a very special episode. This is our 50th episode. Way to go, team.
Woo-hoo. I can't believe we made it this far without getting canceled.
So I'm Steve Kennison, your host, as always, joined by Randy Arsenault, our co-host, roaming around the town of... What town are you in, Randy?
I'm in Oil City, Pennsylvania, the town of my upbringing. Not my birth. I was born in Canada, but I grew up here. So back here for the holidays, hanging out by the river.
Where is this at in Pennsylvania?
Well, if you kind of drew a straight line between like Pittsburgh and Erie, it's kind of right in the middle.
Oh,
okay. Not that anybody necessarily knows where Pittsburgh and Erie are, but that's where it is. So.
Well, I know where Pittsburgh is. Pittsburgh is on the west side, right?
Correct. Yeah, south. So Pennsylvania is a big rectangle, right? So you got like Erie is in the upper, like the northwestern corner. Pittsburgh is kind of southwestern. Then you got like Philly is southeastern, and Scranton, home of the office, is northeastern. So those are the compass. That's the compass rose of Pennsylvania.
And there's your geography lesson for today.
That's right. See, that's bonus content.
Also joined by Tricia and Sean Sperry, our subject matter experts. Hey, guys, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
All right. So this week we thought for our special 50th edition, we would do as everyone does at the end of a year or getting ready for the beginning of a new year, a predictions episode. Keep it simple, prediction from each one of us. Talk a little bit about what we see that could be coming here in the next year and things you should probably be prepared for. So without further ado, let's start. Ladies first. Tricia, what is your prediction for the upcoming year?
So my prediction is a combination of cloud and tape. And I think we are going to see more of the cloud providers pushing and really advertising that their glacier storage or archive storage or deep archive is tape. And therefore, another form of air gap in addition to the cloud.
Ooh, that's
you should
be in marketing.
Well, I was going to say you should patent that immediately because that's going to take off. I think Steve and I were on the leading edge of FLAPE.
Flash and tape. Fraser was talking about Flobject. Flash and object.
That's a good one.
And now we have cloud and tape. Way to go, Tricia.
Cloud and tape, cat. It's the cat solution.
The cat solution. All right.
Brilliant.
Sean, what do you got for us this week?
Well, my prediction is that in 2022, you're going to see a noticeable wave of cloud provider cost inflation. All of these cloud providers have invested a lot of money in this infrastructure, and they're getting to a point now where they have a really captive audience because your data's there and getting it out is not easy. And so you're going to see them taking advantage of this to recover some costs, pay people, and make some money in 2022, or make more money than they're already making. Let's put it that way.
That's a pretty good prediction and probably right on. All right, Mr. Randy, what do you got for us?
So I think I'm going to go macro a little bit on this one. I think so 2022, there's going to be midterm elections in this country. And I'm predicting that there will be at least one and probably multiple significant cyber attacks that will occur either during or in the immediate aftermath of those elections that will either legally invalidate some of the results or cause a massive, widespread, certainly highly partisan investigation that will create mayhem in our electoral system. And I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to happen.
And
if it doesn't happen, at least it'll be claimed that it
right. Yeah.
And
for
that's
sure
why
people are going to
cats. You need your cloud object things on tape because of that, and because of the rising costs that Sean has predicted. See?
So we need CLAPE, we need Tobject, we need all of those things. Yes. So anyway, I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling that it's going to be kind of a dodgy situation for the elections, but we'll see.
I think you probably hit the nail on the head there. We were getting closer and closer every time we go through one of these. So
Okay, Captain, you're up.
All right. So here's my prediction. I predict that, you know how we keep talking about physical and logical air gapping, and we say to this date, we don't really know of a logical air gap that has been penetrated by the cyber criminals. My prediction is 2022 that some logical air gapping is going to become obsolete because the cyber criminals are going to find a way to penetrate it, which is going to drive the need for more tape. That's my prediction.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, we were just talking the other day about the fact that you and I have been battling the, we've been fighting the good air gap fight and supporting tape and sort of physical air gapping as the only true air gap. And we keep getting sort of, slapped around by the logical air gap people. So we're taking the fight to them. I agree with you. I think it's definitely going to happen.
Another way to say what you said, Steve, is something that is claimed to be air gapped is going to be compromised, right? But in the end, I think we'll look back and we'll realize, well, this wasn't really an air gap solution, right? It just the marketing said it was, right?
Yeah. Oops, just kidding. Not really air gapped. Yeah.
So, hey, that's 4 predictions for the coming year of 2022. A lot of them, again, emphasizing the need for protection, as Tricia pointed out, and the new types of protection that you might have when it comes to fostering, making sure your data is safe and secure. And, air gapping is clearly going to be a big concern as we go into 2022. Some other speculations we can make is, and I'd be interested in you guys' thoughts around this, is, we talk about AI, especially AI in within the world, right, and how it's getting better and smarter and stronger, and autonomous vehicles and that sort of thing. But I bet we're going to see a pretty big influx in AI within the infrastructure space, specifically around anomaly detection and that sort of thing when it comes to cyber. I think this stuff is happening so fast that the only way to kind of stay on top of a lot of it is going to be through intelligent tools. It's kind of gotten beyond, I think, Randy, you said this in one of the episodes, it's kind of gotten beyond the level of human intervention and trying to watch it every day, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think you'll continue to see, AI is IBM is driving a lot of this trend towards embedding and imbuing AI in everything, and it'll be in every device. It'll be in every, edge router. It'll be in every, data collection device in the IoT space. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Well, it's interesting. I'll share a story, and this is an IBM story, but I'll leave everybody else out to protect the innocent. I get an email a couple days ago saying, hey, your system, there's a critical security incident on your Mac, and you need to respond to this immediately, right? So my first instinct
Sounds legit.
is, right. My first instinct is, okay, this is a phishing email. I'm going to just ignore this, right? And then I get an email from another person at IBM who I look up, and it turns out that this is legit, right? Some of IBM's automated AI solution has been monitoring my system, and evidently it generated a critical incident, and they assigned a technician to actually look into it. So it's like, I looked up this person. I said, okay, I'll respond. I'll tell him what I did. And to make a long story short, we did a lot of back and forth. And it turns out that there's a local newspaper in near me that I visit the website of periodically. And evidently just visiting that website generated this automated email.
Oh, that's
right?
comforting. That's
and
great.
So I kept, yeah. It's a small little newspaper, right? So I kept
you're harboring subversive ideas, Sean. That's not not acceptable.
So I kept asking this gentleman on the other side of IT in IBM, what do I do? Is my machine compromised? Do I stop using it? He says, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and close it. This was probably generated because this site was used in the past for for hacking or attacks, and
Or
so
phishing or
that's why it
something.
generated the message.
Hmm.
So I guess my point of this is your automated intelligence, your artificial intelligence isn't always accurate.
Well, you know,
And-
artificial intelligence implicitly or explicitly implies the existence of artificial stupidity, right? So you got to assume that
There's going to be some of that.
well, that's great.
So anyway, it was an interesting, the first time I ever got one of those. So
Interesting. Well, I got an email this week, and I'm sure we're seeing it. When this week we don't have to. Fortunately for Randy's not in front of a system, but if we were to take a spin on the wheel of misfortune, we'd all be seeing that. Was it Log4Shell?
Yeah, log4j. Yeah,
Log4j. That's it.
Yeah,
causing.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Havoc. Yeah, and a backup company that I pay attention to and follow continuity. Published a list of all the places where they've found so far that piece of code is in a lot of other things within the industry that can cause problems. And you know, they had a list of all the IBM stuff. And fortunately, IBM's done a great deal of investigating the things that all their software componentry and how it is affected, and if it is. Working extremely hard to make sure that they're clarifying any of the vulnerabilities, and if not, you know, letting folks know that things are okay. So, but again, you know, just one thing, we can't let up on this stuff, right?
Absolutely. So this is a pretty good way to end episode 50 and end the year, I think.
I think so too. Tricia, let's put you on the spot. Any tool tip this week? Not that we need one.
Sorry, no tool tip other than you better be nice, otherwise Santa or whomever comes
There
to
you
visit
go.
holiday season won't be coming by.
That's a good tool
Absolutely.
tip, right?
That's right. That's right. Treat that Festivus pole well. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, for myself, on behalf of the folks on the show, I'd love to say happy holidays to everyone. I hope you guys all have a great year. Tune in next year. We will be back with more of the data resilience SpectrumCast for everyone, and just talking about all things data resilience. Again, if you have thoughts or comments on the show, would love to hear them. You can find us on YouTube, LinkedIn, you know, from a social standpoint. You know, feel free to jump in there, throw in some comments. We'd love to hear you. And if you have ideas for the show, we'd love to hear those too. So any parting thoughts, team?
Happy holidays.
happy holidays, happy New Year's.
Let's hope 2022 is less eventful than 2021.
There we go.
Yes.
Let's
And
see
less
who makes
stressful.
a bad prediction.
All right, gang, with that, I want to say thank you very much and have a great year.